Wagwan farms, welcome back to Vibe with Chelsea, and in today's video I'll be doing a Coi Leray braid. I know I always ask me for that, so today I got that for you guys. Coi Leray, that's the medium knotless with the curls at the end. So if you want to see the final look, please stay tuned. And for all who that are new to my channel and you're liking my content so far, please do subscribe, turn your post notification bell on to be notified every time I post a video, and keep the love coming.
Check. You know, from here to check, you know, is a voice upgrade, right? Alright, so today I'll be doing the medium knotless braid shoulder length Coi Leray inspired, and I'll be using 2 packs of expression braid, which I pre-stretch. I cut each pack in 3 and pre-stretch off camera because, you know, I don't really use pre-stretched braids. Now to get started, we get the part done and then we're using the asean wax to refine the part. Aside from refining the part, the asean wax is also going to be used to keep the client's natural hair together. So you'll be realizing that I'm putting the asean wax on the root of the hair. The client's hair is thick, so I use the comb to separate the 3 pieces that I'm going to use to plait the braid in. And as you know, with knotless braid, you catch the root before you start feeding in the braid, and you feed in the braid until you get the requested thickness of the client. This is just like any other knotless braid, where you start with the client's hair for the root and then you feed in the braid until you get the requested thickness. Then of course you braid all the way out. Now how we'll be doing this Coi Leray inspired is, after braiding out to the length that the client requested, which is shoulder length, you'd realize that I'm gonna stop and then apply elastic band to hold the braid, and after that I'll be using medium rod at the ends to get that Coi Leray curl. Where you see I'm putting that elastic band, the part that is left out is where we'll be putting the rod to get the curls. And again, the client's hair is really thick at the root, so I used the tail comb to part it in 3. Start with the root and then I feed the braid in. So that's the formula for the knotless braid. You grip the client's root as if you're going to start plaiting, and then you feed the braid in. You feed as much braid in to get the thickness that is required, and then you plait all the way out, or braid all the way out, for the people who don't understand what plait means. And when it reaches the shoulder length, I stop and add the elastic band to hold the braid or the plait. And then we're going to basically do the same thing again. Apply the asean wax to the root when we part it to refine the part, get that neat part. That is very important. Once we apply the wax and then we do the part again, it looks very neat compared to before applying the wax. So now I'm applying the wax to the root to keep the client's natural hair in, and as you can see, I grip the hair root as if I'm gonna plait, and then I feed in the braid. that is how you get that knotless look for the people who have not caught on to how to do the knotless as yet. And then I'm feeding in as much braid as needed to get that medium size that the client required. And once you get the thickness that you need, you're gonna just braid all the way out or plait all the way out. And at times you'd realize that I'm adding more braid, that is to get the length that is required. And that length is, in this case, shoulder length. And then to get that Coi Leray curl, you stop at the shoulder length or whichever length your client requested and wrap that rubber band in to hold the braid. Then you will see further down in the video that I'm applying or adding the rod to the ends that are left out to get the curl. I just want to pause and say, thank you guys for staying with me up to this point in the video. What I'd like you to do is to look to the top right section. You will see a suggested link. This link takes you to the Freestyle JA channel. That channel will be teaching you basically how to do things in a freestyle manner. Freestyle meaning you're not paying for it, you're doing it yourself. Alright, you would notice that, whatever client I'm doing, whichever hairstyle, I always try not to make it tight or irritable. So they're always just comfortable as if their hair is not being done. You must have experienced or seen people hair getting done and they're always cringing. You can see that they're in pain. I always try to prevent that, even though the hair is going to be done as neat as possible. And it will be in the client's hair as long as they desire, of course. Alright, so today I actually will be doing another client's hair when I'm through. And that client is natural for the camera. So I will be doing a video with her as well, and you will be loving it. Her hair is natural. And it's a style that is being requested, so you can look out for that video that will be posted in a few days. But as soon as she came, she saw that I'm recording and decided, hey, I'm gonna sit where the camera is pointed, because she's a natural for the camera. As you can see right here, she's feeling herself getting featured, so you can look out for her video. You're definitely gonna enjoy it. This client that I'm doing, she requested a thick edges, so you're gonna realize that I'm gonna leave out a good amount of hair to get her edges done. And I must say that you can recognize those shade length eyelashes. It helps to keep the skin chrome for the chrome skin girls out there. Those eyelashes, provide shade for the face, so no sun reaches her face, so you can see the chrome skin. There's nothing against eyelashes for the people who may be thinking that. I'm just acknowledging that shade length eyelash. So anytime you see someone with those length eyelashes, you can just say, oh, those are the shade length eyelashes. The person's install them so that they can get shade. I hope by now you have caught on how to do knotless braids, but now we're approaching the finish and you're gonna get to see how we get the Coi Leray curls. I wonder how it end up getting the name Coi Leray. If anybody knows, you can comment as to how a regular knotless braid with some curls at the end got the name Coi Leray. Alright, so I'm leaving out a good amount of hair for the edges. As I said, apply wax to the root because we want to keep the natural hair in, and then I grip the root like I said right there, then feed the braid in to get that knotless look. And we're going to feed in roughly 3 to 4 or 5 pieces of braid to get the thickness that is desired, which in this case is medium size. You'll realize with each of the braids, I'm basically plotting all the way out and measuring until I reach the shoulder length or reach the length of the other pieces of hair, and then I apply the rubber band. Now this is where I'm putting on medium sized rods. That's how you're gonna get that curl at the ends. Of course, you're gonna trim any unnecessary hair that is sticking out. You know that I'm one that always trims my braids. I don't know about you, but neatness is one of my greatest aim. So I always clip all the hair that I can possibly get. Of course, you know, I won't get everything, but I get as much as possible off. And after clipping the hair, we apply hot water, and that helps to get the hair, straighten the hair, because you know that you're using braid. And now we're removing the rods to see the curls. And of course, we can't throw the hot water on the top of the client's head. Or maybe we can. Maybe I'll try that one day and see how it works out. But what we do here, we damp the towel and apply the towel to the parts of the client's head to get the water up at the top. And now we're clipping off some of the length from the curls, because some of them are longer than some. Then we're applying a little bit of mousse, which helps as well to keep the braids in. And we're using Passion Plus wax or jam to do the edges. Now thank you for staying this far in the video. It means that you're obviously liking the video, so I hope that you've hit that like button. And here's the finished look. That Coi Leray inspired knotless braid. Client is loving it, and as you can see, she's getting shade from her shade length eyelash, and finally you're seeing that beautiful smile because she's loving the finished look.